Hello everybody! In this episode of Chill and Cozy Gaming News, I'll share 7 hot new game releases and demos you can play right now, including a whole herd of new critter-themed idle games, the cool features coming in Fields of Mistria's second major update, the Luma Island Pirates update announcement that has some players ready to walk the plank, and I'll reveal why I refunded Hello Kitty Island Adventure and what upcoming cozy game I'm buying instead. Grab a snack and hang out with me for a few minutes and I'll catch you up on the latest in Chill and Cozy Games. Let's get started with 7 new games and demos you can play right now, and the cat's already out of the bag about the first one. Hello Kitty Island Adventure was an insane hit on Apple Arcade, and when it finally ported to Switch and PC on January 30th, I happily forked over my $40 for what I thought was going to be an Animal Crossing level experience with the delectable Sanrio art style. Well, the graphics delivered, but after 20 minutes I actually began to nod off. I was bombarded by an avalanche of dialogue and fetch quests where I had to do things like find the missing umbrella tables, which were just lying out in the open directly outside the cafe. Yay? Good for me? I felt like a child being babysat by a cartoon that was using its cute facade to lure me into thinking that the repetitive, mundane fetch quests and gift giving were engaging and fulfilling, but they weren't. And the more I kept trying to play it because everyone on YouTube seemed to love it and convinced myself that I was having fun, the more of a chore it became. So I uninstalled, refunded it, and haven't looked back. Apparently, I'm not alone in feeling disappointed by Hello Kitty Island Adventure for its grindy, superficial gameplay loop, but it continues to have a huge following on Steam and Nintendo Switch, so clearly it's appealing to a lot of people. I'm actually a bit jealous of those who find such immense joy in the game and are having so much fun with it. I want that, but I just don't think it's in the cards for me. Its mobile gameplay style just didn't tickle my brain enough to be worth $40. Now, if it ever goes on sale for under $20, take my money and relax me to sleep, Hello Kitty, you cheeky little cat you. But here's another January release that I did really enjoy and stay awake for. Aloft set the bar pretty darn high for cozy survival games in 2025, with their floating island exploration adventure with hints of combat and survival elements to add a splash of danger and challenge. Its multiplayer has a superb gliding mechanic, and you build your base on an island and sail it to explore your world and cleanse the corruption. After over 60 hours, my only wishes are for difficulty settings to easily adjust the combat, and more diversity and life to investigate throughout the map. Although I initially was hesitant to spend $25 on an early access game, comparing it to what I got after spending $40 on Hello Kitty makes it an insane value. Check out my review and tips videos to learn more about Aloft. I'm pretty sure it's going to make my top 10 games list for 2025. The team at Lagoon, the long-awaited tropical airplane delivery adventure, just announced their first game demo is now available to play on Steam. In this cozy adventure game, you'll pilot a seaplane and take over your Uncle Lou's delivery service while also trying to solve the mystery of his disappearance. Use cool tech to harvest and craft items, deliver them to your customers, and while you're flying, you can also take part in ring courses and races if you wish. There's a gorgeous archipelago to explore and characters to meet, your seaplane delivery business to grow, and the story of your uncle's disappearance to complete, as well as plenty of creativity in customizing your character and plane and building and decorating your house. Lou's Lagoon plans to release on PC and consoles later this year, but their brand new demo can be played on Steam right now. I don't know what's happening. It might be due to the popularity of idle game Rusty's retirement, but there are so many new idle games releasing on Steam. Here are 4 cute, wholesome games that will take up just a fraction of your computer screen and can be played very passively. Tiny Pasture just released this week and is an idle creature collector that turns your workspace into... Who am I kidding? I'm not getting work done with these cute little guys prancing all over my taskbar. You can pet, scratch, feed, and boop your virtual menagerie as they give you coins to purchase upgrades. You can even breed them and employ magic to help care for them. And it has bunnies amongst foxes, birds, deer, alpaca, and even ghosts and zombies. I'm 100% playing this one. Bao Bao's Cozy Laundromat released their Steam demo a few weeks ago. I have over 5 hours in it and really enjoy watching the chunky pandas operate my laundromat, which you can design, decorate, and expand as your business earns more profit. So it's a very simple panda-themed laundromat sim that takes up a fraction of your computer monitor and has some seriously cozy graphics and lo-fi music. The full release is planned for March 6th, or you can try the demo now. Ropuka's Idle Island is a $4 island-themed game that launched at the end of January and is like an animated sticker for your desktop. Ropuka the frog will slice and dice the tall grass and take naps while you go about your work. There are plants, buildings, and tool upgrades to unlock, and the little island can be placed anywhere on your monitor and be resized to fit your work or play space. This is a really cute idle game, and I love the non-intrusive style. And then we have My Little Life, which also released on Steam at the end of January and costs $6 US, though Steam currently has this bundled with Ropuka's Idle Island for $9, which saves you 10%. This is a miniature life sim that lives at the bottom of your screen without distracting noises or pop-ups. Watch your little person go about their day, order fun items that are delivered to their door, choose a career, and invite new residents to your cozy neighborhood. If you liked Rusty's Retirement, this one feels pretty similar and has very positive reviews on Steam. Moving along to news and updates. If you haven't already heard, Fields of Mistria's second major update is releasing on March 10th and is jam-packed with over 20 new features. Probably the most anticipated of these is the first appearance of Calderas, the romanceable dragon character I think we've all glamorized as a tall, dark, and hunky dragon dude, even though all we have to go by is his statue. Other hot updates include being able to talk to Elsie to get hints for what gifts the Fields of Mistria characters prefer, new character dialogue and schedules, the mines finally expand with a new biome and monsters, a new deep woods map area unlocks, we'll get another seasonal festival, and our farms can be expanded. Oh yeah, and we can have pets, an auto-petter mechanic to get your animal's heart levels up without putting in the work, and a new sprinkler mechanic is being introduced, which I love, to save from using so much stamina and time watering manually. These continued mega updates are so refreshing. And all this from a $14 early access game is ridiculously impressive. And the other big cozy game to receive a major upcoming update is Luma Island. But this one is ruffling a few feathers. Though there's not a release date yet, we have an awesome new expansion coming with a pirate-themed area filled with minigames, a new temple and enemies, additional quests and NPCs, a brand new profession, and new jungle-themed Luma, such as this cute little monkey. I'm actually more excited about the addition of a full-screen map with icons. Finally! We've needed this badly. And the hero and cozy mode options that were present in the demo will be returning, which I love to better adapt the game to the player. And at this point, you might be wondering, what's the drama about then? Well, the developers announced the pirate update on Discord and Steam, but there's a little comment they posted under the announcement on Reddit that drops a bit of a bombshell. If we want to experience the new pirate content, we have to begin a new save file. And for a game that isn't in early access to do this months after their full release, when hundreds of thousands of players are already well past the initial grind and have created their expansive homesteads, well, it sucks, and I'm hoping that we can start a new save and have a minimal grind before gaining access to the new pirate area. I don't mind starting a new save just to experience the pirate activities, but I really loathe the idea of pouring 60 more hours into the game just to get back to where I am currently in order to have the new content in my main save. I don't mean to sound ungrateful, as I appreciate this unexpected new content and still love Luma Island, but I'm wholeheartedly bummed about having to restart for this new full release of the game. I would expect a wipe to happen with an alpha, demo, or early access, but not a full release. What do you think about this? Are you looking forward to the pirate update in Luma Island, or are you perturbed by having to start over? I don't know. I have very mixed feelings right now. How about we end this episode on a high note with 4 chill and cozy games and demos releasing early March. Steam Next Fest starts next week on February 24th and runs through March 3rd, and one brand new demo you should most definitely check out is that of Solarpunk, a true cozy survival game with no combat. You'll need to craft a homestead and harness the energy of wind, water, and the sun to power it and your airship that you'll use to travel to the merchant for upgrades and explore other islands for resources. There are gentle survival mechanics and a very calming aesthetic. Keep in mind that this is a pre-alpha demo, with just a sampling of what will release later this year, but Solarpunk is a must-play during Next Fest before the demo disappears. And then we have the quirky management sim 2 Point Museum releasing on March 4th. But how does it compare to 2 Point Hospital and Campus? From what I've read, 2 Point Museum feels challenging, similar to 2 Point Hospital, where there are consequences to your choices, but people won't die in this one, and it will affect your exhibits. But it also blends the creative personalization options of 2 Point Campus. You'll have 5 different museum locations to build, design, and operate, and oodles of exhibits to craft and maintain. One really cool feature is you can send teams on expeditions to look for artifacts to complete your exhibits, and there are different artifact qualities too, so there's motivation to continue expeditions and improve your exhibits. I wasn't sure if I wanted to buy the game, but 3 factors make it very enticing. First, I love how playful the game is beyond the yummy art style. For example, you can add security guards to help mitigate thievery, but watch what this guard is doing. Did you see it? He's grinding fresh pepper spray. I know, I'm a dork, but I think that's hilarious, and I love management games that don't take themselves too seriously. Secondly, there is a marine museum, which, I mean, come on, look at these fishies. I geek out on marine biology and used to have 12 aquariums in my house. I've got problems, I know. And building and managing the aquarium looks insanely fun and reminds me of the game Megaquarium. And the third selling point for me is day 1 controller support for cozy couch gameplay, and it's rumored to work well on Steam Deck too. 2 Point Museum is releasing on Steam, Xbox, and PlayStation for $30 US, and if you pre-order, you get some Sonic-themed decor items, which I'm not sure what Sonic has to do with a museum theme, but is more likely because Sega owns 2 Point Studios. And the kicker is, there also is a $40 Explorer Edition that offers additional in-game items as well as the ability to play the game 5 days early, beginning on February 27th. I'm really fighting the urge to go all in, or even just pre-order the base game for the Sonic stuff I really don't care about but want because of FOMO, and will just refund it if it sucks. Wait, let me try that again with a professionalism filter. This game looks so fun, I simply cannot wait to buy it. But I'll still refund it if it sucks. I'm going to speed things up a bit and drop 2 more first week of March releases. Grimoire Groves pops a squad on Steam on March 4th and is a farming and life sim where you play as a witch, tasked with restoring the magical creatures to the forests of Grimoire Groves. You'll forage for ingredients and mix and match spells to grow crops and befriend creatures who will hopefully return to the forest. And you'll need to solve the mystery of what caused them to disappear. Grimoire Groves has a stunningly playful art style and incorporates a roguelike dungeon crawling element into a magically cozy adventure. And finally, Sugardew Island releases onto Steam, PlayStation, and Nintendo Switch on March 7th, and Xbox a bit later. This game reminds me of Garden Paws, as it's super relaxing and you get to run an island farm shop selling items to your neighbors. Of course, you grow crops, gather resources, fulfill quests, raise farm animals, and there's a bit of romance too. The peppy graphics and absence of time limits make Sugardew Island ideal for short play sessions, which my ADHD loves, and it looks to be an incredibly chill farming game with an interesting addition of a little shop to run. I'm not sure it has enough depth and uniqueness to pry open my stingy wallet, but it's a simple and fun new cozy game for spring. So there you have it, news and release dates for 13 relaxing sim and survival games. Hello Kitty Island Adventure is doing surprisingly well on Steam and Nintendo Switch, but wasn't enough of an adventure for me. Aloft has soared to the top of the cozy survival games chart. I'm not sure if that is a chart, but it would be at the top if there was. We can start our seaplane delivery business in the new Luz Lagoon demo, or play 4 new cute idle games while we multitask. Fields of Mistria is dropping a massive update in a few weeks, while Luma Island dropped a bombshell about its upcoming Pirates content, and we have 4 exciting new cozy games to play early March. And I might as well confess that after listening to myself get so hyped up about 2 Point Museum, I pre-ordered it using the Steam credit from my Hello Kitty refund. What can I say? I'm clearly a sucker for a cute new game, but I really think 2 Point Museum will have enough brain-tickling content to keep my money. But what do you think? Let me know your thoughts and opinions about Hello Kitty, Luma Island, Fields of Mistria, 2 Point Museum, and the 9 other cozy games in this episode. If you don't want to miss out on the latest in chill sim and survival games, please consider subscribing, and I thank you for watching and putting up with me.